feel like you keep tidying, but the house never really looks in order? What cleans today and tomorrow, everything is out of place again? What if I told you that with just 15 minutes a day, can you keep your house organized without overload, without madness, and without having to spend the whole weekend cleaning? The truth is that keeping the house in order, it's not about doing a lot in one day. It's about doing little, but consistently. And when you understand this, everything changes. The routine stops being heavy. The environment remains, and the feeling of chaos begins to disappear. In this video, I will show you how to create a light routine, just 15 minutes a day, which will help you keep your home tidy, even if you have little time, children, work, or zero energy. These are simple habits, but they create an incredible cumulative effect. And most importantly, you will see that you don't need to do everything. You just need to do what works. Do you feel like you keep tidying, but the house never really looks in order? What cleans today and tomorrow, everything is out of place again? What if I told you that with just 15 minutes a day, can you keep your house organized without overload, without madness, and without having to spend the whole weekend cleaning? The truth is that keeping the house in order, it's not about doing a lot in one day. It's about doing little, but consistently. And when you understand this, everything changes. The routine stops being heavy. The environment remains. And the feeling of chaos begins to disappear. In this video, I will show you how to create a light routine, just 15 minutes a day, which will help you keep your home tidy, even if you have little time, children, work, or zero energy. These are simple habits, but they create an incredible cumulative effect. And most importantly, you will see that you don't need to do everything. You just need to do what works. Tip 1. Make your bed and start the day with your first victory. It may seem too simple, but making the bed early in the morning has a much bigger impact than just making the room prettier. It's a quick gesture, about 2 minutes, that triggers a domino effect in your day, organizes the environment, and at the same time, organizes your mind. Think with me. The bed is the largest piece of furniture in the room. When it's untidy, the entire room looks messy, even if everything else is in order. Now, when it is stretched out, aligned, with the pillows in place, everything around it takes on a different look. And the most interesting thing is that when you do this at the beginning of the day, you feel like you started off on the right foot. You already complete a task, however small, and that, oddly enough, changes your energy. You feel more willing, more motivated to do the next things, making the bed becomes a positive anchor. It doesn't have to be a perfect hotel setup, but it is important that it is done with intention. Stretch the sheet, fold the blanket, adjust the pillows, and that's it. 2 minutes that create the basis for a feeling of order in the room throughout the day. And there's more. If by chance the rest of the room is messy, just having a made bed brings visual relief. The brain understands that something is in control, and this already reduces the feeling of chaos. When you include this simple gesture in your daily routine, it becomes automatic, and over time becomes a symbol of self-care. Because it's not about aesthetics, it's about starting the day by doing something for yourself. And in a 15-minute routine, that's quite a step. Tip 2. Give the kitchen sink a quick once-over, even if you don't wash everything. The kitchen has a curious effect. Even if the rest of the house is in order, if the sink is full of dishes, it looks like everything is messy, and the opposite also happens. Sometimes there are things out of place in other rooms, but if the sink is clean or controlled, the environment already conveys lightness. Therefore, this stage of the 15-minute routine is strategic. You don't need to wash everything. You just need to take back control. What does this mean? Separate the dishes by category, stack the dishes, soak the cutlery, clean the countertop, and wipe the surrounding area with a damp cloth. This action alone completely changes the appearance of the kitchen. If you have 2 or 3 minutes to spare, wash the easiest items, glasses, cutlery, flat plates, but if it doesn't, that's okay. Just organizing the sink, throwing away leftover food, and cleaning the space around it brings a huge sense of order, and there's more. The habit of looking at the sink with intention every day for a few minutes means that the dishes don't accumulate so much. What seemed like a mountain yesterday has now become something easier to deal with. And here's a good trick. Always have a clean sponge and microfiber cloth on hand. This helps you act quickly. The idea is not to clean the kitchen, but rather stop accumulation. Create a point of visual and practical stability. When you take care of the sink consistently, even for just a few minutes, the kitchen stops being that place that overwhelms you and becomes a support space of lightness, of functionality, and it changes the way you feel in the whole house. Tip 3. Visual retouch. Align what is out of place. Do you know when you look around the living room or bedroom and feel like something is off? Sometimes it's not dirt, it's not real disorganization. It's just lots of small items out of place. A falling cushion, a blanket balled up on the sofa, the rug crooked, the slipper in the middle of the path, a bag left on the chair. These small misalignments mess up the perception of space. And here comes one of the simplest tricks of the 15-minute routine. Go through the main rooms and do a visual touch-up. It's like taking that last look in the mirror before leaving. You won't change, but you will adjust what you can. Align the rug, arrange the cushions, fold the sofa blanket, pick up whatever is on the floor, organize whatever is on the table. Pick up that blouse left on the chair and return it to the hanger or basket. These small actions each take seconds, but the impact on the environment is immediate. The most interesting thing is that this does not require physical or mental effort. You do it by observing and acting lightly. And when you're done, you feel like you've tidied up the entire house, even without sweeping anything, without mopping, without cleaning products. This visual touch-up also serves to prepare the house for a break. Imagine you finishing the day, sitting on the sofa, and realizing that the environment is calm, aligned, with everything in place, even if only on the outside. The climate changes, the body changes, the breathing changes, and the best, over time, this becomes an automatic habit. You don't even need to stop for 5 minutes to do it. You adjust it with the flow as you live, because sometimes organizing isn't about transforming the space. It's put everything back in its right place. Tip 4. Save what was used before it becomes an accumulated mess. Seems basic, right? But this is the tip that it makes a difference in the long term, and that many people ignore without realizing it. Because the problem with clutter is not always what is out of place, but what it was left to keep later. The bag that was left on the chair, the folded clothes that didn't go back to the closet, the objects from the previous day that remained on the counter. All of this adds up, and when we see it, the house is full of scattered things. Hotels have a basic principle. Everything that was used goes back to its place. And if there's no place left, it's time to decide if it really needs to stay. At home, the ideal is to apply this principle for just a few minutes at the end of the day. Did you pick up a book? Guard? Did you use a pot? Wash or put in the sink? Did you take a blouse off the clothesline? Fold or separate to store? You don't need to organize an entire room. Just stop accumulation. This final step, which can last 3 to 5 minutes, is what prevents the routine from weighing you down the next day. Because when the mess gets bigger, it grows. And when we grow up, we feel stuck, tired just looking. Now, when you clear what was left for later, even if in small doses, the house maintains its lightness. And so do you. Want a trick to help? Have a box, tray, or basket at a strategic point in the house. Passed by, did you find anything out of place? Play there. At the end of the day, you solve everything at once, without picking up scattered things all the time. This is the tip that gives structure to the routine. She is the final point, and it is what allows you to wake up the next day with the feeling that the house is waiting for you and not demanding you. Did you see how 15 minutes a day can completely change the relationship you have with your home? You don't need to become a hostage to cleaning, nor do you have to live feeling behind on tidying up. The secret is in constancy, not in doing everything, but in doing a little every day with intention. Today you saw that just by making the bed, cleaning the sink, aligning the spaces and putting away what was used, the house is already starting to maintain itself. It's as if she collaborates with you, and little by little this care stops being a heavy task and becomes a light habit. Natural, part of your rhythm, not a burden at the end of the day. And most importantly, this routine is for you, to make you feel good in the space where you live, so you can rest without guilt, without the house demanding your corners, because an orderly house is not an impeccable house. It is a house that welcomes, even on the messiest days. Now tell me, which of these 4 steps are you going to apply today in your routine? Write to me here in the comments. I love knowing what's working out there. And if you have any other tips that fit into this short time and help with everyday life, share them too. We grow by exchanging. Oh, and if this video helped you in any way, leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and activate the bell. Here every week there are new, practical, and realistic tips to help you take care of the house more lightly. And above all, take care of yourself. Because a tidy home isn't about having everything in its place. It's about feeling like you're in the right place.